Hello everyone and welcome to episode 15 of my Guild Wars 2 Let's Play. Last episode, we had continued our personal story and we completed chapter 2 of the Charr personal story, and today I'm going back out into the open world and I'm going to be continuing to explore Diessa Plateau. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here. We had finished the first two tasks in the zone, and now we have a new scout that we can talk to explore some new areas of the world. So let's go ahead and talk to the scout and see what is going on around here.
Charr's estate is well known for their unusual cattle raising methods. They race their cows competitively and supposedly feed them a bizarre diet. South of Charr's estate, there's a small separatist hideout. They frequently send operatives to disrupt the daily life around the town of Noggling. One local got so annoyed, he moved his entire garden out of the village.
So let's go ahead and come over here and we can come to this ranch and we can work on this task here. So Diessa Plateau is kind of like the breadbasket of Charr and Ascalon, where there's a lot of farms, a lot of ranches out here, and there's also like a ton of other stuff like some mining operations and some lumber mills and stuff going on. So Diessa Plateau is incredibly important for like the whole Charr war machine that is going on, and Diessa Plateau is very critical to the success of the Charr in general, and it is important that we are able to help people here in order to help the Charr war machine. So let's go ahead and help the Charr's estate ranchers attend to cattle. So let's go ahead and try to do this task. So this task is a very interesting and special task where there are some very unique mechanics going on here. So one of the mechanics here is we have these cows here. So each of these cows have like different like traits going on, and I'm not entirely sure. I'm kind of forgetting what's going on, but I think maybe if we dance, nope, dancing doesn't help depression, everyone knows that. Sleepy cow, maybe if we threaten, maybe a scare, yep, okay, so we threaten that cow. Dignified cow, maybe if we bowed, it says perhaps a bow, so that's a nice helpful tip there. Lonely cow, maybe if someone were to sit with her. Let's go ahead and see what the little hint here is, see if she needs anything. So we tried dancing, maybe if you tried cheering, that would, yeah, cheering works, okay. And I think that is the only 4 of these like special cows here. We have some stinky cows here, which I think if we were to find some water somewhere, we could be able to help them out. But here we have a very special like task mechanic in the pen as well. So if we come over here to this task person here, and we can catch bugs. So we need to catch like specific types of bugs, and we can only do it with like a specific type of bug catching like jar skill. So I think at first I want to come grab this jar, and I think I need to wait actually. Let's go ahead and talk to her. We can go ahead and ask about bugs, see if there's anything we can do, and then I'll give it a try. So we can do either easy, medium, or hard. So let's go ahead and do easy for the first one here. So let's see if we can find any. We need to find a Charr's plains grub. So let's go ahead and grab a bug catching jar. And we want to do the scoop jar skill. So scoop jar is for, is this plains grub right here? We need plains grub. So scooping will grab the bugs that are on the ground, so like grubs, and then the swinging will grab the wasps that are in the air, or the fireflies there. And then we can go ahead and bring this jar to a cattle here, and I'm not entirely sure, maybe it's one of the brown cows here. Let's go ahead, we're still working on this, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. Offers the jar contents to nearby cattle. Okay, and that one worked, so that was cool. Let's go ahead and come try one of the medium ones. So I think we did that within the time frame for the medium. I think if we come down here, yes, I want to catch one. Yeah, I can do that. Let's try medium. So we need to catch a Charr's cave grub. And I'm looking all the way on the other side of the pin here. There's a cave grub all the way over here. So let's go ahead and frantically run over here. We want to use the scoop jar on this cave grub. Go ahead and grab that. And then we have like 10 seconds left. Let's go ahead and hope the cows will receive. Panicking. Maybe this cow will want it. Not entirely sure the best way to give it to the cows. I think it might be a little bit buggy. Let's go ahead and try that again.
Let's hear it.
So this one I need to find a Charr's wasp. So there's a fly swarm. There's a wasp right over here by these water buckets. Let's go ahead and do the other one, and then let's go ahead and offer this bug to the nearby cows. It looks like this task here is pretty bugged right now, so I'm going to go ahead and just grab a water bucket and we can go ahead and come out here to the stinky cows. I am glad I was able to get one of them though, so we could see what the mini game was like. But let's go ahead and wash off these stinky cows and I'll probably be able to finish the task. Oh, I used up all the water on the cow. I guess cows are big creatures. Let's go ahead and grab another water bucket and head back out. And I believe we can go cheer up those cows over there again by emoting to them, but we'll probably finish it with maybe this water bucket, maybe not. We'll go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and rinse this cow off, and then we can just come over here and see. For the depressed cow, we wanted to, oh, I have the water bucket still. Interesting. Very inconsistent there, but we finished the task. Let's go ahead and accept this reward, and then we can grab this waypoint, and then I want to head over down here to the southeast because we have 2 more tasks over here. But here we have the town of Nightling, which is a very interesting Charr town. There's not a lot of stuff going on here, but there is one big event that occurs here where a giant attacks the town, and in the base 2012 version of the game, this is one of the few locations where you could actually fight giants. So a lot of people would come here just to kind of like fight the giant in order to progress their achievement for that, though of course there was a better farm for it back in 2012 than this place, but it was still nice. Let's go ahead and come up here and we can go ahead and grab this vista. This vista should be able to give us a good view of the town here, I believe, and we can just jump over this. There's a small gap there, but we were so high up it was pretty easy to cover. And then let's go ahead and come over here to the west and we can go ahead and complete this task, and we can grab this point of interest over here. Here is a separatist camp, so we can work to destroy the separatists here in order to help the Charr in this area. And I believe there is a Flame Legion camp. Yes, there is, just west of here with a point of interest as well, so we can go ahead and grab that while we are over here. The separatists, that one went down really easily. We have a friend here, we can go ahead and help, except she killed it before we were able to help out there. And let's go ahead and just keep fighting all these different separatists. Diessa Plateau is another map where I feel like, of course it has like a very linear order that you go through it, but it feels kind of like you're going all around the place. You're kind of doing like a zigzag around the map with like some like offshoots here and there, which is like very interesting. Because you saw with like Queensdale and Kessex Hills when you were human, it was very linear. Of course, Queensdale we kind of go off in one direction real quick, but then we go back and head back the other way. But in the Charr maps that we've explored so far, at least, we have been kind of doing zigzags all around the map in order to complete the map. Though of course, you don't have to do map completion in like a very specific way. It is something that like I like to do, where I like to go and follow the map like the way it was kind of like designed to be like leveled through. But of course, we could just run around and go do whatever we want. I think this map is a good example of kind of how people can really just go off and do whatever they want, because when we were just doing here, I think this was like the first task, but I just came up here and did this task up here real quick before coming down here. But I think a lot of people kind of come do this task and then they come over here and like instantly start doing this task because it's like right next to it. Maybe they do this one, not entirely sure. We have a ton of separatists right here, so we should be able to finish our task with these separatists, and of course more are spawning all around the camp. And I did indeed finish the task there, so let's go ahead and retreat out of the west gate here, and you can go ahead and come in here and get this Flame Legion camp. This map has a ton of like small Flame Legion camps just here and there, which is like very fun to see as you come across them every now and then when leveling. So we have this one right here, and we just leveled up to level 27, which is nice. We are 3 levels away from level 30. Let's go ahead and get this level up reward where we have a brand new sword, but I don't think I want to use a sword, so I'll go ahead and just pick a random one, and we can go ahead and just run back over towards this waypoint over here, and we can go get this other task over here, and then we can go see what we want to do next. I feel like a lot of the tasks in this map are like very unique, where in like a bunch of other maps, most of the tasks are like just, you could just kill things, but like in this one, you have to do like a ton of different stuff. So let's go ahead, and first I'll just pull weeds. Here we are maintaining a garden for Kstaz Strongpaw, or however you say that name. And I believe we could also fight this grub larva for a bunch of progress. We can go ahead and repel grub larvae from these plants. We can stop chickens from feeding, and we can remove damaged plants. It looks like there's some sort of graphical bug on that mountain that stopped. Let's go ahead and just pull these weeds, and then I think we have to pick up this grub repellent and throw it at any grubs that are around. We also have some hungry chickens that I believe we could get a water bucket and put on them, I think. Let's go ahead and come over here, and we can pull some weeds here. Looks like the weeds aren't going into our inventory, so we don't really turn them in anywhere. There's a grub larva there. Let's go ahead and throw this repellent at it. Oh, I believe we want to use the water bucket to water the crops. That makes a ton more sense. Let's go ahead and just run around, and we can go ahead and just water all of the different crops here. And it looks like as we water them, some of them are growing, which is very cool to see. It is actually cool to see the world change as you do things, and we are like watering these crops, and it's cool to see that like our watering is actually doing something for them. And we are almost done with the task. I believe if I throw that one, I have completed the task. So let's go ahead, and actually I want to check on my adventure guide. So it looks like on this character I completed all of volume 1. So looking at volume 2, I need to level up to level 30 for that part. And I just need to complete some events, get some waypoints, just do some map completion in Diessa Plateau, it looks like. And then we are good to progress to volume 3, which I believe will take us to like level 55 or something like that. But let's go ahead, and we are getting a marker to come up here to talk to the scout, and we can go ahead and see what the scout is saying, and we can see what the next area of Diessa Plateau is.
Everyone has a role to play. Local estates supply the legions with provisions, and Ebonshore Plant purifies the water from Blackblade Lake. Unfortunately, our enemies also recognize their importance. Separatists steal from our estates, while Flame Legion operatives sabotage our water supply. Our soldiers are busy trying to suppress the ghost around the Grendich ruins. We'll take any assistance you can offer.
So let's go ahead and continue helping the Charr of this area. So here we have a really fun event going on that's not connected to a task. And I believe back in the day this event used to be a little different. Let's go ahead and just kill these harpies real quick. But I think if you talked to Mad Mardine, we'll take care of the harpies. If you talk to Tig here, nope. It looks like it is out of the game now. But back in the day, wow.
These adjustments, this cow will be soaring like a bird.
So what is going on right now is these Charr are testing this cannon here by shooting cows out of it and seeing how far the cows will go.
Let me recalculate.
And back in the day, you were actually able to bet on it. This was like a very interesting like area where there was actually gambling in the game. And nowadays there's like a ton of different opportunities to gamble for people who enjoy that. But this was one of the few options for gambling way back in the day, where you could bet 50 silver on if it would make it all the way to the tower, if it would make it like halfway to the tower, or if it would just like land at like the bottom of the hill there or something like that. And if you were correct, if you got like the 33% chance in your favor, you would gain a gold. So you could bet 50 silver, could potentially lose 50 silver, like 66%, or you have like a 33% to get a gold. Nobody really did it, except for like a few people were just coming through here and doing it for fun every now and then. It was not a gold farm because you most definitely lost gold from doing it, but it was still like a fun thing going on. But another really cool thing is this cannon here, which if you see over here, there's a vista. There's actually a vista on top of the tower, and there's no way to get up to it except for the cannon, where we can go ahead and talk to the cannon, and we can shoot ourselves up towards the tower, and we are then able to get the vista at the top of the tower once we are able to move. I think right now I'm kind of like animation bugged. I'm supposed to be laying on the ground. There we go. Let's go ahead and take a look at this tower.
That's how it's done.
We leveled up there. Let's go ahead and accept our level up reward. I'll just pick a random one, and then we can go ahead and come down here through the gate to the tower base, and we can go ahead and work on this hero challenge here and then over to that task.
I'm delirious, I'm deserving, I'm desiring delicious meat. Doot, yay, meat, meat, singing about meat, oh yeah. Yeah.
So this is just a fun fighting event here.
This is what I
where we can fight this butcher here, and if you're able to beat the butcher, we get a kill point, which is very nice. I'm doing a ton of damage. Just go ahead and do some backstabs. I'll go ahead and heal up real quick, and then just finish
cut
that.
above the rest.
And then let's go ahead and head north here, and let's go ahead and work on this task here. So this is another ruin of Ascalon here, where it is Grendich ruins, I believe, which was an important location in the original Guild Wars. However, it was not in Prophecies. It was actually in the Eye of the North expansion, I believe. I might be a little bit wrong, but I think this is just a little bit further north than we could explore. I'm not entirely sure. It might have been in both Prophecies and the Eye of the North, but this is just like a very special location where there's like an important like story event and kind of like a challenge that goes on in this area. But let's go ahead and come over here, because in addition to all the lore and history as well as like the tasks that are going on here, there's actually a small jumping puzzle here, and this is an example of a jumping puzzle that exists in the game. However, it is not like, there's like different tiers of jumping puzzle, kind of, where some jumping puzzles will not give you a chest, but it'll give you like another reward. And I am dying right now. I'm being attacked from all angles from different cannons, and I think I'm going to fully die here actually. Let's go ahead and try to kill this fighter. Go ahead and black powder here, and then I might be able to get up. I just barely get up. Let's go ahead and hide behind this wall here, get rid of this cannon that's right here. It's dealing a ton of damage to us. And then let's go ahead and fight that mage, and then let's try to get up here to the base of the jumping puzzle. I am going to die again. I might just run past these cannons and try to get right here, and I think, oh, I just fell off. This is not good, not good, not good, not good. Can I get into stealth potentially? Let's go ahead and backstab them. I instantly killed that one Ascalonian there, and then I think I'm in a relatively safe position right now. Let's go ahead and fight this fighter, and then I think we'll be very good. This jumping puzzle is a little bit challenging because there's going to be trebuchets firing at us the whole time. You could go ahead and destroy this trebuchet right here. But as I was saying, this jumping puzzle actually doesn't have the chest at the end of it. You still get an achievement, and it's in the jumping puzzle category for that achievement. But instead of a chest, there is a rich ore vein, which I believe we will be able to gather. But let's go ahead and just continue working our way up. We did finish our task while we were exploring this, so we can go ahead and accept that reward. And then let's go ahead and jump up here a little bit. And this jumping puzzle is actually a little bit tricky. It's kind of some like very like fine jumping you have to do. And we can go ahead and just clamber our way up. I believe here we want to drop down a little bit counterintuitive. But then we can come up here. I almost fell off there. And then jump up here, and then jump up again, and then another fine jump there. And then let's go ahead and come all the way up here, and we have a veteran Ascalonian fighter here. We got the achievement for Grendich Gamble. Let's go ahead and just kill this fighter. Let's be very careful. I'm kind of too scared to use Heartseeker right now or heal, because they're both movement abilities. So let's go ahead and just auto attack this fighter down a bunch, and then we can get our reward of a rich silver vein, which we can hit like 10 times compared to the normal 3 of a regular vein. And we finish harvesting that silver vein, so let's go ahead and drop down. There is a hero challenge in this area, which is actually in a very cool area, and I notice a lot of people that are like new to the game kind of have trouble finding this hero challenge, but there are multiple ways to get to it. It is underground, and one of the ways is right here. So we just drop down through a well there into this water here, into the old Grendich aqueduct. There's also a point of interest here, and let's go ahead and fight this ooze so we can go ahead and get this hero point. I think there's an event that goes on here. I know there's like some story that goes on here for like some story option with Charr. Let's go ahead and just grab this hero point, and then let's go ahead and head to the next task. There's actually a point of interest up here that I missed, so let's go ahead and run through one of the exits here. So one of the exits is through that sewer layer, and if we come up here, there is an exit through here that we can go up these stairs here and get back up to the surface. And here we are back up at the entrance, and this is the location of the special event from Guild Wars 1 that I was talking about, but we can go ahead and just get that point of interest. And let's go ahead and try to run away here, and we can go and head over towards this lake here so we can do our next task. So if you just come down here, we have this cool little area right here, which is like a water cleaning servicing area, and we can go ahead and just drop down into the lake, and we can go ahead and fight a bunch of scale. And I believe we can also test the water. I believe we can just grab a testing kit, and then with that we can do something with it down here. But let's go ahead and just fight a ton of scale. Actually, I do not have any underwater skills on my bar, so let's go ahead. And I'm just going to pick all of these venoms here, I think, and we can go ahead and just fight these scales here. We have a spear, and I believe we also have access to a spear gun if we had that weapon. Let's go ahead and interact with this chemical dispenser, and then we can go ahead and just continuously fight all these scale right here. Point of interest here, Ritual Isle. I believe this is another like kind of important story area if we were playing on a different type of Charr. Let's go ahead and continue just working on this task. I one-shot that skill basically. I think if we were to make our way over here, we can go ahead and just grab this waypoint, and there's also a hero challenge here that we can grab as well. Here is the waypoint, and let's go ahead and jump off this dock here, and we can go ahead and grab this hero challenge right there. I believe someone is already doing that hero challenge, so if we hurry, we can help them complete it. Let's go ahead and just leap in here, and then we can go ahead and finish bog cleaning. So we can go ahead and just get this hero point here, and then we can head back towards this task area. There's a scale blighter here, so go ahead and help with that too. So something really fun we can do here with all these venoms is we can just activate all the venoms, put them on our weapon, and then we can attack the scale once, and the scale now has a ton of conditions. We can just do it again to get more conditions and more until we use up all of the venoms. We still have enough, so this first attack here will be nice against this scale, and we are almost done with this task, which is nice. And we finished our task here, so let's go ahead and accept the reward. And then our next task is south of here, where we can go ahead and grab this waypoint and this hero challenge along the way. I believe we've gotten a lot of hero challenges so far in this episode, which is nice. Let's go ahead and check out our training page. We have 11 points, so let's go ahead and just learn some deceptions, I think. So I now have a bunch of new skills. Let's go ahead and swap out withdraw for hide in shadows, which is going to remove a ton of conditions from us, put us into stealth alongside healing us and giving us regeneration. So that is very nice, and it's not going to roll us backwards, so we might not roll off a cliff when we need to heal, which is always nice. But in here we have this hero challenge here.
Out of apples, you stupid cow. Ugh! You got spit all over my tunic.
Someday I'm going to lead an entire legion.
So there is a giant bull here that we can go ahead and fight, and I believe this is actually a little bit of a challenging hero challenge here. So let's go ahead and just get a bunch of poison and bleed on this enemy. We have our spider venom here, which is very nice. Let's go ahead and drop our cow trips, and this gives us quickness and fury. Let's go ahead and activate that, and then let's go ahead and launch all of our attacks here. I think one of our most powerful attacks is actually our dual weapon attack, which is Death Blossom, which gives a ton of bleeds to enemies. We can go ahead and just stack up all these conditions. Using Dagger is very good for people that decide to use condition damage heavy builds. So when you're doing damage in this game, when you're a DPS player, typically there are two main types of builds that you play. One is called power damage, one is called condi damage. I believe I've explained this a little bit in this series like several episodes ago, but right now we are kind of running a build that is very condition damage heavy, where our last build was kind of like a hybrid, but it was definitely more power heavy. So we can go ahead and just continuously apply conditions to our enemies to slowly wear them down, and we can finish off this giant bull.
I told you so. He's such a good fighter. He made you look good.
And then we can go ahead and just grab this waypoint, check out what our level up reward is, which is just some hero points, and then let's go ahead and head down to the task down here. So here we have another farm that we can go ahead and help out with, and I believe we can actually come farther south down here, but let's go ahead and just grab this waypoint, and then we can fight some of the separatists over here for this task as well. Here is the breach wall. Oh, it looks like there's an event starting here, not entirely sure. Charr corpse. Let's go ahead and just run this way a little bit. But this is the Great Ascalonian Wall that we've been exploring in like every episode as we've been playing the Charr. But this area is a very special part of the wall, which we'll see why in a moment. But let's go ahead and just complete this event here first. So I can just pick up these chickens, and they are very big, and we can go ahead and just bring them back into the farm here. Let's go ahead and just grab more and more and more and bring them all back. We can kill some separatists, which I see one over there. Let's go ahead and rush over here. I think it's in the barn actually. So let's come into this barn and then fight the separatists. And then we can feed hungry cows and fill empty water troughs. Looks like there's 2 separatists here, which is nice. Let's go ahead and fight this one as well. Get a nice backstab off on it there. And then we have a pile of hay here. Nothing we can really do with that right now. Let's go ahead and come out here. And I see a chicken here, which is like inside the pen, but maybe not. Okay, we can go ahead and come over here and just grab some more chickens and bring them all in. And we completed the task there, so let's go ahead and grab our reward. And then let's come over here. There is a point of interest here. There's also a champion separatist there that's about to die to these players.
No,
Let's
the
go
war
ahead
of
and run in here.
Ascalonian independence is not over. Others, like me, will come.
We have Camp Althea there, named after a very important Guild Wars 1 character. But as I was saying about this area of the wall, it is an incredibly cool and interesting part of the wall because it's actually a jumping puzzle, and I think it's like really the only proper jumping puzzle in the wall. It is called Wall Breach Blitz, and it is probably one of the most memorable jumping puzzles from when I originally started playing the game. So let's go ahead and run up here, which is at the start of the jumping puzzle, and we can go ahead and make our way across. So we actually have a ton of enemies on this wall here, and let's go ahead and just fight this archer to make it a little bit easier. And we can go ahead and just run along. And I actually believe there's a little bit of a story going on in this jumping puzzle, so let's go ahead and fight this cultist here real quick. And we can go ahead and take a look at this letter that's dropped on the ground here, which reads, "I've come too far to turn back now. Every step takes me closer." Let's go ahead and continue on. So interesting letter there, dropped by someone that must have explored this area and had gone farther along than us. We see there's another letter over there, but let's go ahead and jump up here. I actually have to come back a little bit this ways, and we have a clearing here, which I don't think there's anything for us to read here, but we can go ahead and loop back around this wall here, and we can jump up. And there is a letter at the top of this mountain here, and an enchanter. Let's go ahead and just deal with the enchanter real quick. I believe he has a shield against magic attacks or projectiles, so we are just using daggers, which isn't shooting an arrow and isn't shooting any magical attacks. This letter reads, "The road splits ahead, but I came prepared. I must head east." So let's go ahead and head east as well. We can jump along here, and then let's go ahead and run past this captain. This is a very interesting part of the jumping puzzle right here, because there's kind of like 2 ways you can do it. There's like a more difficult way if you mess up a jump, and then a easier way if you're able to make the jump, which I just made those 2 jumps there. And let's go ahead and drop down here, and we can fight this cultist here as well. And then there's a minion here that we might have. And then we have a letter here that we can read that says, "I'm almost there, I can feel it, but it's been tough. The ghosts here are strong. They are definitely a little bit challenging." Let's go ahead and run up here, and then we can drop down here, and I believe I have enough speed to get across that jump. So let's go ahead and come over here, and then we can loop around and jump back up here. There's actually kind of a very somewhat difficult jump. If you have swiftness, it's easier, or you can just kind of skip this whole running around and just jump straight over here. But if we come up here,
That's
we can get
how it's done.
this hero challenge here, and we completed the jumping puzzle and got the achievement for it here. We see there is a priory explorer here. So a member of the priory came and explored this jumping puzzle area here, and looks like met an untimely demise here. Let's go ahead and loot that and then read this letter that says, "I'm here, I finally found it. Now I can share this knowledge with the priory." And unfortunately, it looks like he could not. Let's go ahead and get this hero challenge here, and then we have one more jump in this jumping puzzle to make, which would be really unfortunate if we fell here, and I really hope I'm not foreshadowing something right now. Let's go ahead and jump across. I made it, and let's go ahead and take a look at this vista. And now I can just drop down here, back down to the ground level here, and I can go ahead and go chat with this merchant real quick, because I think I need to clear out my inventory a little. I can go ahead and delete this water testing kit. I think this merchant is from an event. We have separatist daggers here we can buy, but let's go ahead and just sell all this junk.
Until we meet
equip it
again.
real quick. And equip both of them, and these are definitely more powerful than what we had. Let's go ahead and sell this. Oh, not that. Let's go ahead and sell it from the merchant menu. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and call this episode good here. I hope y'all enjoyed playing through this episode with me, alongside me. I very much enjoyed playing through it, and I hope y'all are taking good care of yourselves. Remember, drink some water, check your posture, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time in the world of Terria. Goodbye.